Well, hey everybody. It's Wednesday. Wasn't really planning on doing a video today, but got home, did chores, and I had that fence put here. I planned on jumping back over to that side. Well, I got inside, looked out, and there's 5 steers standing over there. The non-conductive handle that was here was thrown back there, and the extension cord reel that I use was thrown over the fence and this way. So somehow they got to playing around, but I guess there's more forage behind here than I thought, which this stuff's good. They can graze this down really well. I'm thinking they were grazing on it today, and they'll have fun knocking all this open again like they did to here. But I just went around the backside, those trees, hooked it back up. We're going to get into some serious grazing here, let them knock this down. A lot more stuff over there is dried up. But they'll have this, and they'll have some of that stuff over there. So, and then next, hopefully, I didn't say in the last video, but I'm hoping this weekend, my buddy's coming over, going to tear apart the sickle on the mower, hopefully. And then I'll plan on cutting back through there, and we're going to drop the blade and back drag all those weeds to knock them down, knock everything down, and basically do what I did over there. It's better than brush hogging, knocks everything down, basically crimps it, make a nice bed of forage coming up. And then we may even do that back part where it's really wet, where all that stocky stuff is, to knock all the stalks back, let it come back through. So it's supposed to be cooler next week, been 90s this week. So big pork live tonight, and we'll see what happens. Stay tuned. Well, everybody, Saturday, got a fish ball on the lawn. Steers are out on the pasture. They're cleaning up what they can here. I don't know, we'll see how we're kind of judge the forage. There's some that they have to find. There's a lot of foxtail, or I guess I wouldn't call it foxtail, whatever these seed heads are. Got a lot of that all over with the dry conditions. Move the rake. So we pulled my buddy just left. We pulled the sickle out, and realize there's a lot more. And you can see a lot of these, they're kind of, that one's pretty, a lot of them are pretty dull to where I can run my finger along it. So there's kind of 26 out of the 34, I think it was, something like that. So, and then we didn't know how easy. Well, he started grinding on this, and I ended up going in the impact, or not an impact, just your hammer drill, my hammer drill, and then bought a couple of these. Works great, so I can, most of these I've unscrewed a bit, and then I can do them all by hand. Yeah, we'll take them all off, replace them, and yeah, it's just, some of these are really, really dull. I can definitely see why I had issues cutting. So, yeah, you got some of these which are, these feel pretty new. So I'm thinking these haven't been on there that long, but yeah, I'm pretty. It's gonna be nice having new sickle. This thing's gonna cut great, especially on the outside. I mean, you have those which were all bad, and then those outside ones were really bad. I mean, there was no sickle to them at all. And then you got one good one, and yeah. So anyway, that's about all we got done today. Tomorrow I'll probably get the tractor out and backblade a lot of that, go to that back corner. That side there's a lot of stocky material in there, so that'll knock all the stalk down, and then the green stuff should stand back up. So it does a really nice job, and then we'll hit those weeds on there too, knock that down stuff, because it's supposed to be, this next week it's only supposed to be like in the 70s, so it's going to be great for growing. We're done with the 90s. I even saw next Monday possibly upper 60s as highs. So yeah, should be hopefully be able to get a third cut off. That won't get rained on, and hopefully it takes off. So we counted the bales that I could sell. We figured about 195 or so. yeah, and then we haven't agreed on price. I'm kind of waiting to see what the bale market's like. Because I'm obviously wanting a certain price, so we'll go from there. But that's about it. Yeah, that's all I got. I'll probably put a video up tomorrow, maybe back drag and kind of show the benefits of it, being as I don't have a lot of down pressure, so it kind of floats along and knocks a lot of the older stuff off. So that's all I got. Yeah, and we'll just see what else happens. Well, everybody, it's Sunday. I just made a video and it didn't turn out. The wind was picking up and couldn't hear much of what I thought you could, so we're remaking it. But originally I was gonna knock down the weeds in the waterway. Well, I got looking over there and really I can knock that down, but the next stuff's gonna come right back up, so we'll just let it. And then maybe with steers being out there pushing all that down next year, it should make a better mat, so it shouldn't have so much come through. I noticed with the grazing, when originally I thought there was a lot of stocky material. Well, that's actually a lot of stuff that had been laid on, so that there's actually a pretty decent mat of just thatch. I would call it thatch, whatever. Dead material that's covering. So, and that's kind of what you want. That's obviously going to feed the soil. So, but I went and I ended up putting a lane. That stuff's actually pretty, there's a lot of forage in there. So, either tomorrow or the next day, we're going to put them on that, and then Friday probably, judging how it goes, we'll jump over there, and then we may end up jumping back on the backside there and graze some of that off. So just let that recover a little bit, because that's starting to come back with some young stuff again. So I'm looking forward to that. Steers are coming out to get a drink. They're looking great. You can see there really isn't, right about there on them, there should be a, they're just, I'm very impressed with these steers. That boy's a big boy compared to this smaller one, but and then I wanted to show you guys that I ended up for it was a good 2 hours, had to work, and I got all these except that one that my buddy had, or no, that was one that I sheared off. But you can see there's not too many sickles left. Got a big old pile. A couple of these I don't know. But you look at them. We'll go from the backside. There's some sickle left there, so I don't know. We might reuse some of them, but then they are bent. So if anyone can tell me if they're bent, will that affect it? Won't it? But otherwise, yeah. Ended up just having to beat them out, and I'm going to rivets. My buddy has the rivet thing. I'll buy the rivets, buy the sickles, and we'll be good to go. Yeah. So it's about all for today. I was mowing, and then I felt a couple sprinkles, so I stopped. And we'll see. There's the storm system moving through. So I don't know. We're probably gonna get a shot of rain, which we can use it. It's definitely still dry here, and then I'm hoping we can get a nice third cutting and take that. So otherwise, that's about all I got for today. Stay tuned, and we'll see what happens tomorrow. Well, hey everyone, it's Monday. I forgot to show when I did my grazing. So you hang it over, and I always leave a post here just to prevent stuff like this actually can't slide back and forth. So that post is there pretty much just to hold that in place. That's it. And then I prefer these posts because the size I get, the first time around I actually went down to there, and then as they get a little bit bigger, but you have the range of motion versus these are perfect for older animals. So yeah, otherwise there's all the green stuff, and then you got all this stuff, which a lot of stuff's dead, but a lot of it's actually coming through. So being as we got a rain shower last night, it's enough to, I don't know, maybe half an inch or so into this morning. Ground's soft, but it's not puggy. But anyway, what we have left here is actually going to allow that grass to kind of come up. So you're giving it that height advantage. So the cows are going to come in, they're going to eat this top off. They're not going to want to dig down through all that thatch. That thatch is going to build my organic matter and the carbon and keep all that stuff in there for next year. So, you know, the goal is kind of like right here. You know, I stopped grazing about here. There's some thatch here too. And that's allowing stuff to come through, keeping those weeds out, really suppressing the weeds. And just doing a phenomenal job. So I stopped grading here. There's from there to about to there. It's a little bit shorter stuff. It's a lot more treed too, so that's doesn't help it be in the shade. But that's where I'd like to get maybe I'm gonna look into either this fall or whenever I get my spinach spreader, getting a mixture that is gonna have some warm season grasses in it, so that when it starts heating up, and you know, it's those 85, 90 degree days, I can use this as my productive pasture that can really, because now that we've had enough time here, it's kind of started to turn into more pasture grasses versus lawn grasses. So otherwise, I had 2 stubborn steers that didn't want to go in the shed. I'll kick them in, and then I'll switch my gates around, and they know right away what to do. So you can see all this grass is just beautiful. This will be for later this week. It really actually came around today. I think there was quite a bit, because it got up to like 76, 77 moisture this morning. So as you can see, we got the hay down in. That's holding all this stuff back too, and that's allowing plants to start taking root. So my next plan is to attack this lower part, right about here to the shed there, because the water still likes to run, and just coat this. Might be manure, might be I don't know, straw manure, just something to really block it off and get that saved. So yeah, we're going from that to this, and it looks beautiful. Just want to say thanks for watching. Remember to leave a like, comment if you like what's happening, if you can give me any suggestions, and subscribe if you haven't. I haven't checked that, but last I knew, I still had 20% of the people hadn't subscribed, and it's free. Just create a Google account and you're good to go. So, and I'll show this real quick. I got my overhead wires. 3 wires there, 3 wires here. Simple setup. And then right away it teaches them at the beginning of the year that white wire is hot and not to touch it. So that's all for watching. We'll see you later.